This is the same guy that, like, 10 years ago, people on Reddit forums were like, oh my God, Cody Rhodes needs to be a main eventer. That was like, are you out of your mind? You want this guy to be a main eventer? I don't know.
So go on.
I don't know. I don't see it. I don't think we will. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't know. I don't think we will. I think he's going to win the belt. He's going to have what? Who's he going to feud with? Sheamus? We're gonna Cody versus Sheamus for 3 months until they can maybe pluck Cena away for like a SummerSlam match. And then it's going to be like, oh yeah, here comes Cody coming out crying about Sheamus. And people are going to get sick of him. And I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, obviously, because right now he's working with Roman, so anything he's involved in, like Cody's segments are they're good. The Heyman thing was really good. The promo on Raw where he's kind of pep talking Sami Zayn about the Roman match, that was quite good. I enjoyed that thoroughly. It's just, once again, as you say, when he's feuding with lesser lights, when Cody has a feud with Kevin Owens, when Cody's feuding over the WWE Championship and they do a match against Sheamus, or when Cody's facing Drew McIntyre, or Cody's having the match against Gunther, is it going to be nearly as captivating? Now, Cody is, I will say, as far as the promo side of wrestling goes, he's one of the best in the business right now. His promos, the execution, delivery, what he says, how he says it, is damn good. It's one of, if not the best in wrestling today. It's great. I want to give hats off to that. His promo work has come so far since he was cutting promos during the dashing gimmick where he was plucking nose hairs. It's come a long way, Kevin. But as the top star in a random program in the middle of June against Sheamus, I can't see myself caring. And if Cody and WWE and Triple H's booking makes me care, that's a real testament to the greatness of that booking, because I have real questions whether I honestly will if they're booking stuff like that.
And we've seen it already. We've seen Cody with no filter as a top guy at AEW. And it was good for what? 5 months? 6 months? A year? And then a year in, he's going off the rails crying about equality in Atlanta, Georgia. Like, nobody's going to want to see that. People hated him. People in AEW wanted him to go. They were booing him out of the building at one point. Just like, they didn't want him there. We've seen it. We've been there. Yeah, you could argue, okay, Cody, he's going to have better foil to work with compared to Anthony Ogogo in WWE. But is he really? Is he really going to have that much better foil to work with?
No, he's not.
Who's that guy in WWE that Cody could tell a great story with besides Roman Reigns? Yeah, maybe Cena, if Cena wants to do a SummerSlam match with him or a WrestleMania match next year. But who else? Is it going to be Austin Theory or Kevin Owens? Like, you could picture this in 7 months' time, right? We're building up for whatever pay-per-view is in after SummerSlam. I can't remember the name right now.
Clash of Champions or the Clash of the Castle, Night of Champions, whatever.
Yeah, we're building up for Clash of Champions. You got Cody Rhodes out there. He's cutting a promo on Kevin Owens, who's challenging for the title at Clash of Champions. You know, Cody Rhodes is telling some story about how he met a young Kevin Steen at a WWE tryout back in 2009, and he shook his hand, and he's like, oh my God, I saw Kevin Steen, and I was like, yeah, that guy is going to be money one day. That guy's going to be the future of WWE. Now look at you. People are going to be sick of that. Nobody wants to hear that nonsense.
100%. 100%. And that point about the foil is a damn good one. Because, Kevin, when Cody came into AEW and the first AEW, who was Cody's foil? It was Chris Jericho. They did a big storyline with Jericho.
MJF.
And they did a big storyline with MJF. That took, like, combined almost a year. Like, they feuded with Jericho for, like, 3, 4, 5 months. Feuded with MJF for 3, 4, 5 months. Both of which really good foil. Like, Cody could cut really interesting promos. When Cody got emotional in promos, you cared because the match actually meant something. Kevin, when Cody's getting super emotional, crying about how he met Kevin Steen in an ROH tryout in 2009, and Cody knew he was looking at the future of wrestling and he was proud of his journey, and when Cody's literally crying on an episode of Raw over some Night of Champions match against Kevin Owens in the middle of September, it's not going to hit the same. Kevin, when he was feuding with Seth Rollins, that was one thing. Seth Rollins is arguably, in my opinion, outside of Roman, the best wrestler in the world. Seth Rollins can work a compelling match and program against absolutely anyone. So when he was doing that when he came in, it was really good because Rollins is fantastic and there's so much to work with there. And now with Roman, it's always going to be good because it's Roman. But once you get to pretty much anyone else, is it going to hit the same? And I struggle to see it hitting the same. I just do.
Yeah, and I'm not like attacking Cody, like saying, oh, it's going to suck. Like, I'm coming from this at the standpoint, like, okay, bro, we've seen Cody. He was the top guy at AEW. Yeah, he wasn't the AEW champion, but he booked himself like the top guy. He had the longest segments, the longest matches, the biggest build-up for any match, regardless if he was going on last, the middle of the card, the opening of the card. Cody's matches in AEW were always built up over time. There was a lot of drama, unnecessary drama. Let's not forget his wife. You know, he had him crying over his wife crying. We had constant interference from the Nightmare family. And yeah, I know that none of those guys are around because Vince at the negotiating table was like, yeah, we don't want Brandy. We don't want QT Marshall. We don't want Anthony Ogogo. We want none of those people. We just want Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare. So I get it. None of those people are around. But still, is there another layer of Cody Rhodes that we haven't seen in over the past 15 years of him being on TV every week? Is there that other layer where he can just suddenly, all of a sudden, bring people up to his level, where he could take like a, I don't know, give me a random talent, take a Ricochet. Can you take a Ricochet and have a good 4 to 6 week build and tell a story with Ricochet and then have that climax in a match at a pay-per-view in December? I don't know. Based on his track record, no, he can't do that.
I agree. And this role, which Cody is seeming like he's going to be in, the top babyface of WWE role, is a damn hard one to do. It really is. Cena, for most of his run, half the audience was just booing him out of the building, saying that they hate you, Cena sucks. And it was only because Cena was genuinely charismatic and he got over so well with the kind of the younger audience, the children audience, like the families. Cena clicked in that regard. So there was a fairly big portion of the audience who genuinely enjoyed him, that it balanced out. With Cody, is there going to be enough there? And to your point about the layers, when he's feuding with Austin Theory 9 months from now and Cody's cutting promos, literally crying about a moment he was watching Theory in 2015 at an NXT show, and Cody was as Stardust, he was depressed and he felt like his life lacked direction. He saw Austin Theory in the gym at the Performance Center and he thought, I need to work harder, and Cody inspired by Theory and he respects him, so they're going to have a great match at TLC. When we get that, Kevin, and I love the point you brought there. When we had that in AEW, once he feuded with Jericho, once he feuded with MJF, and his foil was nowhere near the level of being worthy of these crying, passionate, emotional promos, Cody just became unlikable. You were thinking, why is this guy cutting a 20-minute promo crying over someone who's a lower mid-card? Why is he crying racism and a match about a go-go? Who cares about Anthony Ogogo? Why is he cutting promos crying about Darby Allin? Darby Allin's just a guy. That's how it would feel. So that's the big point. I think that kind of ties everything together. Kevin, I'll throw back to you in a moment. Cody's foil right now is great. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, him on the chase to be the champion. That's awesome. It's giving us some great content. It's fun to watch week to week on Raw, especially for the Cody segment. But when it's in May, when it's in October, when it's in December, when it's Theory, when it's Kevin Owens, when it's Gunther, is there going to be enough there? Is this Cody axe going to get over with enough people and be interesting enough? That's the big question.